boy Fist in his house, bringing another great edition of Call of Duty from me to you, because that's what I do, and we're continuing our conversation. It's only 4 days to the reveal of Ghost, and I thought I'd post all of these videos. Maybe you're just halfway through and you didn't see the front of the videos, and you didn't see the ones before this and the ones in the future. We got to get all the way up to Black Ops 2 before Tuesday's reveal. So it's incredible, and you're probably looking at this video right now like, what the hell does he got on right now? Blast Shield. I came to the realization, coming from World at War, which was really a great game, and, you know, let's face it, Infinity Ward, when they make a splash on a game, they splash, but the splash might not be controlled. Like, the splash just comes out of the bathtub and just sprays everybody. You know, it's like somebody cannonballing at a pool party that you're like, what the hell are you doing? This isn't a pool party, and they're just cannonballing to be a, you know, whatever. They just making a splash and entrance. Infinity Ward is good at that. Infinity Ward is good at making splashes, and they don't fix them. They do not fix them. Modern Warfare 2, to this point, I mean, I thought Modern Warfare 2 without explosives was probably one of the best Call of Duties. And then going back and playing every Call of Duty before and after the peak of the game, meaning that I was there when the height of all cheapness, I realized Modern Warfare 2 from World at War, this was Infinity Ward's second installment into a Modern Warfare shooter. And believe me, this was a tumultuous time. This is when the Zampella and West were virtually on the way out and being fired. And I think there was just like a lot of sabotaging going on with this game. Because I remember when they had the Call of Duty forums, everybody would go on there and say, why don't you do nukes? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? This is the first time out of all the Call of Duties we had a game-ending streak. And the only one that's a game-ending streak. So you'd have people like try to get this streak, and they would end the game. It was called the nuke. I thought it was awesome. A lot of people suggested it on the forums. They implemented it. But there was a lot of other things that they implemented in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 that were just tremendously horrible. And oh my goodness, they never really correctly beta test this game. The last Call of Duty that they beta test was Call of Duty 4. So you can imagine the refinement from Call of Duty 4 to Modern Warfare 2 was terrible. I mean, we had a lot of input with first wave, second wave, beta. Even World at War had a beta, and that was the last beta of all Call of Duties. So we got games that were released that were just outright terrible. The explosive damage in this game just went over the top. Broken one-man army where you can reload explosives, grenade launchers, claymores, stun grenades. Stun grenades were like 5 hours, you couldn't move. I mean, the level of tuning in this game was so bad. When I look back in my earlier videos and I said that Modern Warfare 2 was probably one of the best Call of Duties without explosives, well, that's not the case. It was the fact that I was used to it. You know how some people, they get on a job and you're like, a new guy comes on and he's like, maybe, I'll just use it for example, and you're laying bricks or digging ditches or laying siding or roofing or whatever, some hard-ass job. And a new guy comes on and he's like, holy shit, this is hard. And you're like, no, it's not. No, it's because you're used to it. People were they settled for mediocrity. When Modern Warfare 2 came out, it was terrible. And this is the point I'm trying to get across to everybody. When Ghost comes out, when we see the Ghost, Infinity Ward has such a bad track record at making terrible splashes without balancing things. It's one thing to like come out and do things different, but they go to the extremes. You know, one-man army, noob tubes, foot sounds, the ridiculousness in the perks. I mean, blast. I mean, come on, using blast shield and it hides the minimap. I mean, the dumbest shit that you will ever see comes from Infinity Ward. Like, they try stuff. They just take tons and tons of tissue and just throw it up on the wall and hope it sticks. And that's what I don't like. That's what I'm talking about. They're scared to let their game be judged by the public. That's what the beta test was for. Remember Call of Duty 4? Remember World at War? You figured out what was wrong with your game. What's wrong with constructive criticism? Oh, this is going to be the same game. I'm not buying it. And that's what they're doing. They're selling out to the fact that we're no longer beta testing. We're just going to implement this game, and then it is what it is. And then we'll patch it later on. At the time, patches were $50,000. There's so many things that were wrong with this game, like the explosive damage, the screen looked like syrup all over. The only thing that stayed current that was good in this game was drop shotting. And then that's going to change later on down the road when we get to it. But if you want to hear part 2 of this gameplay or another video of Modern Warfare 2, go to the Fist 2 channel. I'll leave the link below in the description. I'll be live streaming. If you want to follow me over there, it's at Fist Live at Twitch. Trying to get that partnered, and the reason I'm trying to get that partnered is so we can have different settings for views, because people, not everybody can watch at 720p. I appreciate if you guys go over there and sub that. But you know, it was just saddened to me that this game, in my mind, I thought Modern Warfare 2 was one of the best Call of Duties made, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, it was terrible. The streaks got blown up out of the sky. I mean, the only thing that was good in this game was the matchmaking, the hit detection, and that was it. Everything else was bad. It was a bad game. And we just settled for it. And we dealt with it. And we just accepted it. And I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to judge Call of Duty because it's supposed to be judged. It's 8 versions in. And you're supposed to look at every version back and say, what did they improve on from this point forward? And then kill streaks. I mean, death streaks when you die. Painkiller, Last Stand. Oh my God. How many times did Painkiller ruin your kill streaks? I mean, just let people play. Give us the freedom. Stop adding stuff on without testing it. That's the biggest problem here. I can't stand that. Anyways, tell me if you think that's what it is. I'm going to continue this conversation over on Fist 2. Until next time, it's your boy Fist. Peace! I'm out.